Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another video. Uh, if you guys didn't know, earlier this year, I think it was this year or whenever Multiverses came out, I did play it a lot, but then they had this content creator program that you had to sign up for, or the videos, or me uploading the game on my other channel would get it blocked or claimed or taken down. I don't know, it was one of them. So I want to see what's wrong with it.
Gaming is doing better financially than it
My
ever
bad, I
has
hit
in
my mic.
history. I mean, it surpassed every other form of media when it comes to gross income.
Of
But the
course.
reality is that we can't all find extreme levels of success. That's why it's important for you to define what success looks like for you. We can't all become CEOs, but we all can achieve something if we just remove our egos. Now, when you're busy picking up that gem, I'd like to divert your attention back to today's latest victim of market saturation. Yeah, on this video, we're talking about multiverses.
Multiverses would have been
the platform.
I'll say my reason why I feel like it crashed and burned. I feel like they took too long a release range. 2 weeks a character, cool. That's fine, whatever. I don't mind that. But there was no rank during that time. And then 3, the battle pass wasn't as good. Like I don't mean like it was like the stuff you get in the battle pass wasn't bad, but the fact that you couldn't buy other battle passes from one battle pass made it bad. Right? Like in Fortnite, right? You buy one battle pass, $10. And as long as you're playing the game, you would keep being able to buy the next battle pass, which is what Multiverses needs to do or needed to do because they're a free to play game, right? And they need people to keep playing their games because it's a live service, right? So because they didn't do that with the battle pass, it made it really limited. And with no rank out, you didn't really have a reason to play the game because you weren't buying the battle pass.
Fighter from Warner Bros. That released back in July 2022 for every major platform. It captivated the internet for a moment because it featured characters such as Batman, Shaggy,
Batman was the
even
main.
Steven
Shaggy was
Universe.
fired too.
Many proclaimed it to be the new Smash Bros.
Could be.
Killer, but according to reports, that's just not the case. Reports claim this game's player base is down 99%, with only 700 concurrent people playing at the moment. That is a far
took too
cry
long
from the
to bring out updates that were
153,000
needed.
people that were playing the game at launch. A lot of these multiplayer games fail simply because they aren't anything special, and it's more competition than ever. Consumers only have so much money they can allocate towards their gaming habits, so if your product is not extraordinary, it's a high probability you're gonna fail fiscally. Multiverse is in a unique situation though. The difference here is I believe this game actually launched with a solid foundation. The game featured engaging combat, a roster full of star power, and a unique tag team mechanic that helped it stand out from Smash Bros. Not to mention, Warner Bros. Has a deep bag of IPs they own that they could pull characters for future content. On paper, Multiverses should have not failed, and yet somehow it did. So the only question that remains is, well, how did this happen? If I had to take an educated guess, I'd start my investigation with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Really?
The Rock starred in the movie Black Adam, and since Black Adam is a DC character and Warner Bros. Owns DC, they attempted to promote the movie by shoehorning this character into Multiverses. Cool character, but Multiverses doesn't even have the Justice League's full starting 7 yet. They skipped all the fan favorites in exchange for a character nobody asked for. And the cherry on top is the
actually for that Black Adam, Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam bombs at box office. Their post almost RS's 820 and lost. I don't know what that means. I guess they lost money, a lot of money. But for that, Black Adam was actually a good addition. But you know how long they had him up there for like 6 weeks, bro. Like bro was there for 6 weeks or longer, and he didn't come out.
The fact that Black Adam bombed in movie theaters. It didn't sell well, and it didn't review well either. I have a
I don't care that they added
the
Black
Adam film bombed so hard that the shrapnel from said bomb flew over the Multiverses, and it hit it so hard that the Rock's energy drink Zoa could not even help Multiverses recover.
The fuck are you talking about?
Nah, I don't think that's it.
The fuck are you talking
Black
about?
Adam
I don't know.
was
I just wanted
still
to get
cool.
a joke off. And now that I did, I'll be serious. There's two things that come to mind when I think about why Multiverses isn't living up to expectations. The first being that it didn't do enough to cater to the everyday gamer, the casual fighting game fan, if you will. As much as I enjoyed this game, the battle pass was just not good. It had maybe one good skin in it, but most of the unlockables were things that nobody wanted. Then for the more serious players, ranked wasn't even added until November. That is a whopping 4 months until after the game.
You didn't have a reason to play the game.
There's more competition than ever. You have to get things right on the first try. That ranked mode should have been out within the first month of the game. So here you have a game with nothing to unlock for the casual players. The ranked mode is non-existent for the first few months.
No reason to get on.
That, the online play is hit or miss because it's laggy sometimes. Now, some might argue a game like Street Fighter V launched with laggy online and bare bones content as well. But to those people, I'd say Street Fighter benefited from being a legacy title. It's a name that holds weight, so it's not going anywhere. And don't take that as me defending Capcom either. I'm just saying that people will put up with more when legacy's involved, and it's guaranteed that some of the biggest tournaments will be centered around said game.
And they will most likely fix the game
into my second
because they got
fighting games are the rare case where if the pro scene doesn't adopt your game for tournament play, then there's a high chance that the game is gonna fail. People love watching high-level fighting game fans because it's entertaining and it inspires them to get better at the game. The crazy thing is that WB tried to push Multiverses into the FGC. I mean, when the game launched, they held a whole tournament with shoutcasters and it was fun to watch, but for some reason it just didn't stick. The FGC can be picky. Why practice a game that isn't bringing in much money or clout when you know Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, and Dragon Ball FighterZ will? Fighting games are a hard market to penetrate. What we saw fighters do is a very rare thing. But once again, that was a game with star power and content. Multiverses is a game with star power, but it lacks content. I think the next game that has a chance to break through is Riot Games' Project L. The community has been thirsty for a Marvel vs. Capcom inspired fighter since Infinite was such a letdown. Not to mention, this game is being overseen by the Cannon brothers. These are the two responsible for creating rollback netcode, which is the best online fighting experience you can get. Games like Killer Instinct and Guilty Gear Strive use rollback netcode if you need an example. With Project L, they'll be rolling out rollback netcode 2.0, which they promise will be even better, so this has fighting game fans excited. But these are just some of my opinions on why Multiverses isn't living up to its potential. For the next segment of this video, I wanted to try something new and I wanted to spotlight you. I decided to scour the internet and see what the people are saying about Multiverses. And here's what I found. Okay, so I hopped into the Multiverses subreddit right off the rip. Not a good sign. 76,000 members, but only 67 people are online. And I found a few threads. Well, there's actually a bunch of threads of people complaining about why they don't play the game anymore. We're just gonna scroll down and read some of these comments, see if we can find some of the best ones. So right off the top, this one's got almost 200 likes. This one's got almost a 500. Both are talking about lag. All of my friends quit playing because of the servers. I lag. I can deal with being at every. I know words. Lag. I can deal with it every now and then, but it's basically every match, every couple times.
I wasn't getting that lag.
Crap. Seems like people really hate that lag. It's very interesting that people are bringing up the lag. I had some issues when I played like a loop. Seems like people really.
No progression. Any cosmetics are absurdly overpriced. Lag is awful. Game just feels stale. I thought the introduction of new characters would bring some excitement, but it's a lackluster for me. Glad my friends are still enjoying it. No kidding, it's a free game, sure, but skins shouldn't cost nearly the price of what a game would cost if it had a price. Yeah, like no progression. Like there was nothing for you to do on the game but play multiplayer. Like I need ranked. Like most of the times, all I play is ranked. The only game that I play now that doesn't really have rank, or does have ranked, but I don't play is Fortnite. Like Rocket League, I play Rocket League ranked. Or I barely ever touch casual if I do. I think Rocket League's the only one I play, and Fortnite. And those are the only two multiplayer games I really play right now. And when I did play COD, it was like Warzone or multiplayer, but that's different, right?
Really hate that. Like,
at least there was progression in that game.
I had some issues when I played like a little bit, but for the most part, it ran pretty well. For
me. I didn't have the lag issue.
Don't quote me on this, but I could have swore I read somewhere this game runs on rollback netcode or no. It had dedicated servers, not rollback. I don't know, but yeah, my issue with the
I didn't have the lag
bad for other people, but I'm not gonna.
The grind is too much for casuals. That isn't.
I'm not gonna dismiss what other people.
Yeah, some of the grind was
this got a lot of
insane.
So lag seems to be a.
And then you were getting like damn near no gold.
Any cosmetics are absurd. Absurdly overpriced. Oh, I didn't even bring that up. So I mean, this goes back to what I said about the battle pass. Like the battle pass didn't have anything worth unlocking, but this one's different. Any cosmetics are absurdly overpriced. I didn't actually buy any.
Me neither. I only bought the first battle pass and that was it. I was like, because the first one was like the like season 0, right? The introduction short pass. I'm like, oh, maybe because it's a short pass, they're not gonna include uh a way to get more battle passes from that one battle pass. But hey, never did.
skins, but from what I remember the last time I played, if you wanted one of the premium skins, like there's a Shaggy skin, I think, where you can dress him up as Bruce Lee. I think it was like 20 bucks. That is kind of OD, especially for a game that didn't have
The gold
ranked.
Superman.
Said, didn't quit yet, but I'm playing less and less simply because it's getting boring. These things happen. I've already gotten dozens of hours out of a free-to-play game, so it stops being fun entirely. That got 100 thumbs up, which means people are actually, you know, rocking with what he's saying. And it goes back to what I said about there's more competition than ever. Sometimes too, people just get bored of your game. I played it on release and was excited for a good Smash clone to play on PC, but unfortunately it didn't feel like any of the moves were very impactful to me. The music wasn't memorable and the movement was weirdly floaty in a way I didn't like it, so I dropped it. So the game being like more floatier than Smash Bros, I was okay with that because that's what separated it from Smash Bros. But I think this is a fair criticism of him saying,
well, I don't think it helps that they're on season 3 or whatever, and they're still claiming the game is still in beta. I hate that shit if you're selling a battle pass and cosmetics you're not in beta. Actually, this I don't really care about, but I guess people agree. Like, like Fortnite was in beta selling shit, but that's different, I guess. I don't really care about that, but like they were in season 3 and ranked, wasn't it? Do it 100%. I have yet to play any Smash clone that has the way Smash attacks do. Oh, like that. I don't know if it's because there's some legally copying that mechanic, but for me, it's weird. I think they just wanted to make it different. Top of that, yeah, movement always feels wrong too, but I could say the same for most platformers as well. When you compare them to Mario games, Nintendo has perfectly perfected the feeling of that of weight when it. I don't think they perfected the weight. I feel like we just got used to the weight. Like I don't play it that much, but I feel like you got used to the weight of Smash Bros. So then whenever you play a different platformer, it feels floaty or it feels too heavy, right? Because Smash Bros. Was the first one to do it, really. I'm guessing. So everything
the
else
punches didn't
is
have a lot of
basically
impact. I can understand where you're
brothers
coming from
or
that. I think I was
copies
okay
of
with
it.
the movement being floaty, but it did feel like a lot of times it took too long to kill somebody. Like you'd be piecing somebody up with a crazy combo and like tag team combos. They'd be at like 200% still coming back.
Yeah.
So I can understand what you're saying with
that's
that.
true.
It did feel like the punches sometimes didn't have enough.
I did survive a long
except
time
for
with
certain
Batman.
characters were like overpowered, like Bugs Bunny. He could knock you out really easy, or Superman, he could use that grab and just take you to the end of the screen. But then there were other characters where I would really struggle to kill people, like LeBron with the basketball or whatever. Floaty movement again, we're seeing that. We got no incentives again. This guy really breaks it down really well here with bullet points. No post level 15 character rewards, no post level 50 season pass rewards, no rank, no other activities. I like the game, but in a world where other games entice as FOMO all the time, I definitely am going to log into other ones. Wow, he literally said what I've been saying in the video. There's more competition than ever. This is a reoccurring theme, and this didn't come to compete like it should have, which is weird because it's a fighting game, which is all about competing. This is interesting. This one got 16 thumbs up. It was impossible to try new characters without getting absurdly smashed. So playing the same shit over and over got old real fast. I can see that. But the game not being welcoming. That's fair, because when I was on the game heavy, I played the same 3 characters. My favorite was Superman was number 1, Ryan Dog was number 2, and then I like LeBron at 3. Play like a little but yeah, you would just mainly run into Shaggies, Supermans. You would run into the same characters. I can see that. And
I mean, that's because of the limited roster.
I did have that feeling at times where like I wanted to explore the roster, but it felt like I had to stick to certain characters just to compete and have some fun. And it's not fun.
Nah, that wasn't me. I would try any characters, but the only reason you would feel stuck and limited on one character was because you had to grind up gold to buy the next character. But then if you try to grind up for the next character, there would be a new character coming. So you would save up for the new character coming. That's what I would do. Like I was saving up for the new character coming and not able to buy the other characters because they were the same cost.
I don't mind losing, but
or
it's
a little
not fun
less.
getting your scout pushed back every round, because there's a difference between losing and getting your scout. It got really sweaty really fast, which is a whole different conversation in itself. Some things that I've been talking about on stream about how like pro gaming is low-key kind of killing the fun in games, because everybody's trying to be a fucking streamer and everybody's trying to be a pro gamer, and for what? Because the majority are not even making money, so you're killing these games much faster than they need to be. Like, I remember the era when like Call of Duty would come out, and like, you remember like the first 3 months of Call of Duty, it would just be like fun, and then there would be a meta. Like day one a game comes out, and that actually happened with Multiverses.
That is
There
true.
was a
There is a
meta,
meta.
certain character, everybody was playing Bugs Bunny. I remember the meta was, when I was playing, they would run double Bugs Bunny, because that was a thing in Multiverse. If you haven't played it, one thing that was unique about
I did play, but
if you played tag team
happens sometimes.
2v2,
I
the
guess.
team could play the same character, so people would run a double Bugs Bunny and they would just shoot missiles all across the map. And then there was a glitch in the game where you could spam the missiles, so you could shoot 2 missiles before the cooldown would hit, and it would just be a screen full of missiles, and it would be like impossible to dodge. So yeah, I can understand what he's talking about, like just the sweats ruining the game when he's trying to have fun and try new characters and whatnot. I can see that.
That's why they needed a rank. So then you didn't have to deal with the sweats, because the sweats would all be in rank. That's why there's casuals and ranked. And COD finally got it and did it, even though they still got like uh skill-based matchmaking. I was gonna say player-based matchmaking.
That kind of seeing the same stuff though. I'm gonna take one last look at this one. I'm just gonna scroll through it too and see. Wait, this one's long. That's very interesting. I'm saying more of the floatiness. So a lot of people just didn't flat out like the game, which says to me, when the game launched, a lot of people were playing just because they were curious and they were trying it. But the actual core of the gameplay seems like a lot of people didn't like the. I see floatiness keep reappearing. But yeah, it seems like I keep getting these same answers in terms of why people stop playing multiverses. So for the sake of not keeping this video too long, let's go ahead and just wrap this one up. But yeah, those are just a few of my thoughts on why Multiverses failed, as well as a few of yours. If you're watching this video, let me know in the comment section below. Why do you think Multiverses is failing? Because at the end of the day, it hasn't technically failed, but don't be surprised if the servers get shut down, man. It's kind of hard to come back once you lose that momentum, and then there's like a stigma surrounding your product. But yeah, because I don't want to see this game fail. That's one thing. I actually really did like this game. So let me know, what do you think they need to do, Warner Bros, to turn this ship around and get it going up, 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 up? We need to get those Multiverses stocks to the moon. What do they need to do? Let me know in the comments.
First, they should not close the servers, because their game is like a longevity game. You know what I'm saying? Their game isn't gonna be great right now. It's kind of like Dragon Ball Breakers, if you get what I'm saying. Like, it's not gonna be great right now until you got a big cast and a big group of people you can play with. Like right now, there's less. I'm taking a guess. It's less than 20. But like when it reaches like, you got 40 characters you can play with, 50 characters you can play with, and then you're not always running into the same matchups every time. Like, I feel like that game, because their IP is so big, you gotta wait for them to like expand. It's like their game is a future game. It prepares for the future. Well, it gets better in the future because they're gonna add more and keep stacking on top of it. But if they give up right now, then it's gonna be nothing. But they still gotta keep updating it and bringing out new stuff and new characters, so then they at least keep some of the player base there. And then when they keep adding stuff, word gets around that they added. Oh, like I was waiting for Flash. I'm like, oh, if they brought out Flash, I'd be like, oh, Multiverses brought out Flash. Let me download Multiverses real quick and check out Flash. But then I would be like, oh shit, I don't got enough gold. Let me grind the game out a little bit, get some money, buy Flash. And then that's how it is. You gotta introduce the people that people want to play. Games fail a lot these days because people are relying on their business skills instead of their creativity. Pro gaming is killing the fun games. I've been discussing that with my friends for a few years now. It's like no one plays games for themselves. I'm going to use MK11 for example. I consider myself pretty good at MK11. I love getting on new fighting and trying out characters in the lab, creating my own combos and stats. But it seems like everyone else just wants to copy these spells. You hop online and everyone is literally playing the exact same way because they want to be the next Sonic Fox or Ninja Killer. I don't know who those are. It just makes the game feel boring because every fight feels like deja vu since no one wants to learn their own stats and combos. And on this, pro gaming is killing the fun games. I say that's cap because Like who like sure you're playing the game for fun, right? But you're still getting better. Like if there's something that works, you're gonna implement it to your game, right? So I don't say pro gaming is killing games. Maybe it's making them less fun or more stressful for casuals, I guess. But that's why there should be a ranked and a casual. Where casual doesn't have MMR or skill based matchmaking, because Rocket League also has MMR, right? But it should be like just straight casuals. Like you hop on old COD back in the day. Like I say back in the day, like I'm that old. But like Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3, right? You hop on different, like no rearranging, kicking people out the lobby to put them in other skill. Like that's why I can't play. Actually, games are killing games because COD is killing itself. Like I hop in a casual game and I gotta sit at the edge of my bed stressing because I can't relax because they put me in a skill based matchmaking. I remember when I used to be in a server where there was like one or two. I'll say I was one, and then there was one other or two other people on my team, and then three people or two people on the other team who were really good at killing it, and then everybody else was like, man, I got caught a hacker one time. I was like, damn, I did okay, but I'm not a hacker. It was like BO3 or two or Cold War. I don't remember, but it was one of those games. Cold War isn't included in that, but it probably was a game I went crazy in. But like, games are killing games because they keep using MMRs and putting people in their skill base, which makes it so then you're always having to try hard, right? You're always having to try hard. Like you could look up shit, but if I know what you're looking up and I seen the videos of what you're doing, I'll know a way to counter it. Or if I'm always fighting that one dude who's using the same combos, or like here he says he's fighting everybody and they're using the same combos, right? He's fighting everybody with the exact same playstyles. You're fighting everybody with the exact same playstyle, so you already know what they're trying to do, right? Just cancel what they're trying to do. There's a counter on how to cancel what they're trying to do, right? Because everybody is playing the same, right? So just cancel that, and then you'll be good. But because there's no, bro, I lost my train of thought, low key. I forgot what I said before that. Oh, I don't think I don't think it's pro gaming that's killing games. It's people wanting to get better at games, which isn't really killing games, but people wanting to get better, which is good for them. But then it's also games are killing games because they're not really like separating the casuals. Like you are having a bad experience on a pro game like MK11 because I'm pretty sure they got MMR or a way to track your wins and losses. I'm not sure. Or I'm using COD as an example because that's the only one I really played a lot. I did have MK11, but I didn't play for that long. But like, even a casual match is a ranked match. It's just not telling you it's a ranked match. That's why that game is tough. Hmm. Not true, of course. We watch, but we do our own thing. Mix had most combo potential. Like, yeah, you see what pro gamers are doing. I don't watch pro gamers that much, but I do watch like how to like see this video right here, how to do a perfect speed flip. I'll watch that, or how to freestyle. I'll watch something like that, right? But I won't be able to copy it because I still need to learn the mechanics, right? So even though everybody is watching and doing and learning the same thing, not everybody could do it because you still gotta learn it. And it's basically ranked, bro. You gotta have a ranked, and then you gotta have a straight casual game where it's no MMR, no tracking. So even your casual isn't a tracked game. But let me know what you think. Like, subscribe. See you guys later. Hope you have a good day or night, and bye.